Okay. Glad it's the one smart idea I came up with throughout this entire endeavor.
Stream is live.
Alrighty. Oh, goodness. Okay. What the f... I'm just gonna chill out.
Traveling to Horizon Lunar Colony. Initiating match.
Alright, here we go. Week 5, Game 1. Dabbing Doomfists versus Ascendance.
Alrighty then.
Ready for battle.
Let's see here. Alright, it looks like Dabbing is going to run a 2-2-2 comp with Torbjorn. And they're going to be running the Ana Zenyatta with the staple Reinhardt Zarya. Ascendance doesn't have one of their DPS, never mind. They do have Junkrat and Tracer. They won't use the Zarya, they'll use the Roadhog. But they will keep the Brigitte and the Moira.
4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Forward, my friends!
Enemy turret ahead!
Alrighty, and they will be playing. Howard just joined us.
Follow the group, get behind me!
Looks like the entire team of Ascendance is going around the right side. The left side of the field. They're going to go ahead and make their way to point. I like what Dabbing is doing though. They're playing up on the top until they more or less want to recontest, but just another face does go down. More or less charging it by himself. Diva is in the back line. How much he can do with Brigitte and a Moira spam healing. Poet takes down Blue Boy, Nighthawk takes down Bijou. Blueberry does take down Johnny. Senpai is currently sleeping on the point. Blueberry takes down another. It's going to be a solid push by Ascendance and a D-Mech onto Diva, initiating a stagger. Just over 7 minutes remaining for the first capture. And Annihilator does have the Coalescence with Poetic, also having the Pulse Bomb. I like the charge by just another base, but he is too deep in that back line, but does have enough time to grab the Mega, but Nighthawk will take down Zack. Annihilator will also take down Johnny. Rally's going to come out from Walton, and Walton's going to take down base for just another dominating capture. This guy's just pushing in. Graviton comes out, unfortunately getting nothing to try to keep them delayed. Base is just doing what he can to try to touch point, but Nighthawk's going to take him down. And that is going to be a more or less dominant 2-cap push. They used the momentum they had, and they captured it with probably very good efficiency. There was a bit of a swap out during the initial defense by dabbing, but it was due to a player needing to be swapped out for another player. Alright. And for Ascendance's defense, they're going to run the Junkrat, but they will drop the Tracer to go Soldier, and they're going to run the Halt Hog combo with double off healers, with Annihilator on the Lucio and Walton on the Zenyatta. And it also looks like dabbing will run also the double off healers with the Lucio and Zenyatta, but they'll be running more of a dive composition.
The Reaper.
Running the Tracer and the Reaper as well. And Reaper recently, actually just today when the patch came out, got a new buff. His life steal is now almost double from 30 to 50%. I know Davin's looking very split now, kind of the brightest ending, but they do regroup here. Ishu's going to try to go into the back line, but Blueberry's going to take him out early on. Beautiful hook by him as well. Nighthawk is just taking all the damage and pushing back as well. Right now they're going to try to pressure Blueberry and keep him, or let's just push him out of the way, but Zack does get the res out on the Ishu. Johnny takes down Blueberry. Johnny will take 2 out and take down Nighthawk, and Poetic will get a D-Mech onto Pal. Poetic will also take down Just. Blue Boy takes down Pal. Poetic.
I'm on fire.
Probably a good idea to cap. Over 6.5 minutes remaining for dabbing Doomfist. Feel the push their second point. And a very strong push from dabbing Doomfist as well.
Score 2-2. Switching sides. Initiating match. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Alrighty. Dabbing Doomfist is going to go ahead and use the Bastion and May. Interesting. Very interesting composition. I'll be running the Mercy Lucio and the... Oh wow, Diva and Orisa. For Ascendance, they will be running the Rhine Azaria with the Tracer and Farah. Wow, my brain just really shorted out there with the Brigida and the Moira.
Defend objective A.
Game on!
Enemy spotted.
Routing tower to forward barrier.
Playing more or less several shell comp. Kind of a very good idea. They're going to disperse, disrupt the entire back line to get the Dabbing Doomfist formation to reposition. Blue Boys going to take down Nighthawk early. More or less losing one of their key DPS. Blue Boys going to take out Sin. Bishu was just getting so much assistance from that, but Poetic's going to take down Bishu. But Zach will get the res on him though. And right now it looks like it's going to have to be an Ascendance team reset right now. I'm more or less having to try to occupy the Tracer in the back line without a stagger being initiated. Looks like the Ascendants will be pushing to the left side, more or less disrupting the point with the Pulse Bomb being stuck on the shield, but getting them. We'll see what here. Bishu's going to take down Poetic. With 4 people on the point right now, it's going to be a 4. I think it's going to be a 4v5, 4v6. Valkyrie does come out via Zac here. Johnny takes on Annihilator. Another team reset is going to have to come out on the side of Ascendance. Just over 4.5 minutes remaining here. And it also looks like Dabbing Doomfist does have 3 ults online. It's going to get ready to have 5. But on the same token, they're going to have about 2 ults online for Ascendance, but they're getting ready to have 3 with the Shatter coming up relatively soon. Did like the switch from the Brigida to the Lucio here. Bishu's gonna sit up. The ult's gonna come out along with the Blizzard. 3 ults coming out from Dabbing. A good disruption ult via the Blizzard. The tank ult does get nothing. And personally, I didn't see a reason to use the tank configuration. It's just more or less kind of a scare tactic. You had enough damage on the board and enough disruption with the Blizzard and the Super Treader from Orisa and May. Bishu's just going to go ahead and get set up again and try to lay down some suppressive fire in the lane. Looks like they're also going to go ahead and push all the way around to the left side again to try to be able to do something. Just over 3 minutes remaining for this next push to see what they can do. Good Shatter does grab 1. Speed Drop's gonna come out along with the Diva Bomb, but unfortunately Diva Bomb gets nothing. Graviton's gonna grab 1. And somebody is gonna have to do something about Bishu, because right now he's just laying in uncontested damage as Bishu gets both healers out of the fight. Bishu make that 3. Blueberry's gonna take down Bishu, and Blueberry's gonna go down himself for the trade. And Poetic is gonna make the switch off of Tracer to go Hanzo. And Blueberry will also make the switch off of Zarya to go Tracer. I will say that if Bishu is left uncontested, is not going to be the best game plan, but right now, since they have that stagger on board for them right now, they're probably able to make something happen out of it. The beat drop comes out from Walton, and the Super Charger comes out from Orisa. Annihilator grabs one, Walton grabs another. Both healers down on the side of Dabbing. It looks like Bishu is just laying in the fire here with the tank ult. It does grab 2 along with the 3. And Nighthawk is just getting frozen in the Winter Wonderland, Bishu is just gonna go ahead and try to thirst him down and chase him down. Good wall. 1.5 minutes remaining for the Dabbing Doomfist defense. I want to see a potential change-up. I want to see somebody be able to try to make a dive for Bishu here, because when he's on that point in defense, if he's sitting on that high ground, nobody's really contesting him. He's landing a lot of uncontested damage here. Beat drop's going to come out as well. Inside of Dabbing. Senpai's going to take down Johnny. The res is going to come out, though, from Zach. Blueberry takes down Just. Diva Bomb does get nothing, though. Hanzo Bolt's going to come out. It's going to grab one off the D-Mech, though. Blueberry's going to take down Pao. Walt's going to take down Zach. Johnny's going to try to do what he can to contest, but not much is going to happen, though, when you've got 6 players on board. Just over 30 seconds remaining. They do make this second cap. They're only going to have 30 seconds to take this next point, though.
Nope, a minute.
Oh, just about a minute. Ooh, yikes. We will have the Valkyrie for Ascendance, as well as this Pulse Bomb here. The ult economy for Dabbing Doomfist, however, not the healthiest looking right now, considering the fact that Poetic just took down Blue Boy.
They are getting
Zach, the Pulse Bomb comes out. Bishu takes down Sin, Blueberry takes down Pao. Annihilator does get the res though. Johnny with the freeze contest. Nighthawk just throwing the concussion mine out there. Ooh, and the Shatter does grab nobody though. It looked to me like an afterthought, my personal opinion.
Here comes Blizzard.
Blizzard's gonna come out. A nice, good Blizzard. It's gonna get at least one confirmed. And it's gonna be a good disruption considering the fact they've got a lot of time to stall, because Johnny will take down Poet. Blueberry's gonna take down Johnny, but Annihilator will res Nighthawk. Fire does come out, does get nothing though. Sin will take down Walton also gets the kill onto Zack and the Dragon from spawn. That's gonna grab at least one.
Yep,
We'll take down Pallet from the Kobe Dragon. Do we call it a Kobe Dragon, or do we eat that dragon from spawn? That's a question. Ooh,
nice
good pin by
Senpai. This is a nice contest.
I do like the staggers, though. I like how long they're making.
Yeah, this is a very good style by Dabbing. Shadow gets nothing, but he will get.
But Ascendance will grab the second point,
Yep.
though. Just over 6 minutes, or over 6 minutes for Dabbing to defend. They did a very good job to then allow them to go into overtime.
Really good
So,
style.
well done by Dabbing. I will say on the side of Ascendance, I would have suggested to make a switch to a potentially a Diva, to more or less try to contest Bishu on that high ground with the Bastion a little earlier. Other than that, you guys did spectacular. I will say also for Dabbing ult economy, some ults weren't necessarily needed. But considering the fact you were just trying to crush him down and lay him down, you were getting them relatively quickly. There wasn't really much of an issue. But I'm also aware that time is also a very variable for having to use ults like that. So just something to look out for in the future. Ascendance will be running the triple DPS comp. They'll run the Mei, Tracer, and Ashe. And also run a single tank with Senpai on the Reinhardt with Lucio and Mercy. And for Dabbing Doomfist's attack into the second round with over 6 minutes remaining, they will have the Sombra and Junkrat, along with the Zen and Mercy, and they will also run the... Gosh, my brain is fried right now. Thank you. Dive tanks. We'll just call them dive tanks. We'll run the Winston and the Diva. So, not the brightest idea going up there by yourself, considering the fact that, yes, you do have an orb, but you will get frozen to death, such as so it's going to be a real kick.
You will go down.
Zach will take down Sin, though. It's a fair trade for both tanks to go down. But Annihilator, will get hacked, though. By Johnny. Good hack, kind of just delaying the spawn time of Senpai. Well done. Bishu will try to get on the point as Junkrat. Zack will take down Blueberry, though. Nighthawk will take down Bishu. Res will come out though. Will remain a 6v5 right now. Well, it's a 6v4 as Paula takes down Walton. Reinhardt does come back reinitiating the 6v5 as Paula is just dancing around Zach right now. All comes out. Very grim. Ooh, and good dive from Blue Boy into Poetic to make him go down on himself. Good job. I do like that, considering the fact that how much health he has, he's able to more or less just push in with the Pulse Bomb stuck to him and will take it down himself. There will be 4, almost 5 ults ready for dabbing. There will only be 2 ready for Ascendance. They have the Bob and they have the Blizzard. They're going to have the EMP, they're going to get ready to have the Tire, and they've got both support ults. I will be careful about how Ishu is positioned currently, because he may be in mid, but there's a lot of suppressive damage that can be taken out. Ooh, and a good shot! I have Blueberry to take down the Tire, and Bob will take down Bishu. The Transcendence comes out from Zach, though. Senpai will take down Mekdiva. EMP comes out. Not really a lot of follow-up here. I think he didn't realize just how much damage was being pushed into his team. Kind of an unfortunate usage of his ultimate. They used actually all of their ults. They used double support ults along with the Tire and the EMP, but Johnny does retaliate by taking down Walton though. V5, V6, but defense does have advantage in the spawn. And they're more or less going to try to pressure Poet, and Johnny will take down Poet. But Nighthawk's going to take down Johnny. Rez is going to come out reinitiating the 6v5. Make that a 6v6. Ascend will take down base and will make it a 6v5 in the favor of Ascendance. So I do like the wall playing it more defensively now that they don't have their Rhine all the way up there with them. I do like what Nighthawk is doing though. He's kind of reinstating himself as the secondary tank with some sort of a temporary barrier. Blueberry position on this high ground has a lot of free damage and already has Bob yet again right after the initial team fight, and Blueberry will take down Zach though with the res coming out. It is 6v6 again. Alright, now Blue Boy is going to go ahead and try to dive up to the top here, with Blueberry already repositioned back on the ground. When the Transcendence comes out, gets forced out by the Bob here. Ooh, and it will be a good freeze, as it will get a 1 kill confirmed. Diva Bomb comes out, unfortunately getting nothing though. And Powell will get demeched. Powell is actually going to get saved. Never mind, as I say that, Poet does take down Powell. So right now they've got the EMP for dabbing Doomfist. Just over 2.5 minutes remaining, and they do have 3 ults getting ready to go on for Ascendance. And Blueberry already almost 3/4 of the way to Bob, after again using it during the previous team fight. When Poet will take down Just another base. Blueberry already having Bob pretty much. It's gonna be 4 ults for them. Ascendance. It'll still only be the EMP of 4 dabbing. Oh, and Blueberry's gonna take down Bishu, kind of just initiating a team reset more or less.
Another
Blueberry
pick.
takes down another. Beautiful shots by Blueberry. Oh, and Johnny looking very, very grim in that situation. Does get translocated out though. And they're going to go ahead and try to reconstruct the dive composition here with the Sombra. EMP's going to come out in a moment. Yes, it will grab 4. The Bob comes out. I love the way Blueberry was positioned, expecting the EMP to come out. Blueberry takes down Power. Transcendence comes out. Does get 4, but no follow-up due to the Transcendence, and the beat drop comes out from the opposite side. Blueberry again on that high ground, just uncontested damage right now, and grabs two, grabs both healers, as a matter of fact, as Johnny will take down Blueberry. Hack will come out, Johnny has the information knowing that Annihilator does have Valkyrie.
60 seconds remaining.
Senpai will take him down. Less than a minute remaining here for Dabbing Doomfist to cap this point. For Ascendance having 3 ults online, Johnny making the switch from Sombra to Widow, but will only have 1 ultimate for the side of Dabbing. Will be the pulse bomb. If Bishu's gonna make a hero play, he's gotta be able to stick one of these tanks or one of these healers to take him out of the fight. Preferably since Annihilator is doing a lot of healing from the backline. They've got to get after Annihilator to make something happen.
30 seconds.
Ooh, and a good counter charge. Also, good boot by Walton is just another face will take down Sin. And Johnny does take down Blueberry though. Looking very unhealthy right now with only about 2 bars of health. And when Johnny taking down Annihilator though, and the Shatter does grab 3 though. Ooh, and it will be no confirms on the Shatter though, as Johnny will take down Sin, saving Bishu. Ooh, Johnny with just that Widow on the high ground, no damage needed to contest. Beautiful, both teams capping in overtime. Oof. What is it here?
Both teams get 1 minute on the clock.
Initiating.
Trying to think of some pointers that both teams need to be doing. And I'm gonna say this now. I know you guys aren't gonna be a fan of it, but if I come off as rude, if I'm giving you guys tips and pointers, I do apologize. I don't mean to come off as so. And if you have any complaints, let me know. Okay. Dabbing Doomfists, ult economy. Sometimes the ultimates weren't necessarily needed to be used. Such as that EMP, I think about 3 or 4 engagements ago. Can't quite remember. For Ascendance, certain players in your positioning were kind of poor. That was also caused by the stagger, but it was a good follow-up to make the res. So, good on both teams' parts to be able to cap both in overtime, as well as using their ults efficiently, despite some ults being used unluckily. Dabbing will go ahead and do the double barrier tank composition with more or less playing the Winston as kind of a dive tank here. They're going to run the Reaper and the Bastion, as well as the Mercy and Zenyatta. Our Ascendance will be running the Ryan Zarya staple with Blueberry on the Ashe and Nighthawk on the Autocrat. Annihilator and Walton on Mercy and Lucio respectively. Just another phase, chipping in a little bit of damage here and there as Nighthawk takes down Bishu early. Kind of a good thing to do, actually, as a matter of fact, because Bishu's still going to be up there laying uncontested damage to Bishu takes in. And Nighthawk's just going to go up there and sneak to his side. I like the peel, though, from just another phase. He peels back for the Bastion and makes him reposition safely without any sort of consequence to him. 15 seconds remaining. We've got to make an all-out push here. Blueberry almost close to his ultimate, as well as Nighthawk. We've got to make something happen here. Doesn't matter how they do it, though. Nighthawk does have Tire, though. And Nighthawk is actually going to get Bishu a very good target to go after. I like the target prioritization stuff going after hero plays. Sin does take down Blue Boy, though. Johnny's going to take down Sin in return. Bishu does get res, though, as Bishu takes down Molten, and Johnny puts Poet. Bob is going to come out to try to allow a recontest, but a good body block, though. Good body block by Bishu and just another phase to keep Bob off of the payload. And you're right, it is not going to be enough. So, I did like I said, I did like what just another face did for Bishu, is he did peel after him to try to be able to keep him alive for the uncontested suppressive fire on the high ground. Good job by you. Let's see here.
Ready for battle.
And it looks like, again, they will go ahead and run the Ryan Zarya staple combo with the Pharmacy and Walton on the Lucio, with Nighthawk on the May Good defensive strat, very good. Johnny and Bishu will be running the Reaper and Tracer respectively, with the dive tanks being Winston and Diva, and Zac and Howlett running Lucio and Mercy. Maybe even Zen. We might see Zen. Zen is a good idea in certain situations, but not knowing the information they have on hand. Being on the Zenyatta is not generally a good idea, but they don't have the information, so no. 1 minute remaining. They're going to play relatively defensive right down the middle. More or less Blueberry spam firing, and with Nighthawk also spam firing down the lane as well. They know that Bishu's going to try to go up to the high ground and try to be able to agitate the composition a little bit. Yep. And I like the dive on this too. Both tanks are diving, but Nighthawk is going to freeze him early. I do like the reposition on the Zac though. Johnny getting a pick on the Nighthawk too. Kind of a very good pick considering the fact you're stalwart defense there. So you can take it down. Johnny takes down Sin though with the res from Annihilator. Does get a perfect bubble by Poet though to save Annihilator on that point for a little while longer as Molten will take down base. Pallet does take down Blueberry. Johnny taking down Sin. Bishu taking down Walton. Johnny taking down Annihilator, and that's gonna be actually Dabbing Doomfist map 1. So just to recap, generally speaking, tips or helpful things to notice is going to be positioning of both teams and ultimate usages of both teams, although I am aware that time is a variable when using ultimates, so I understand that a lot more.
Excellent.
But beautiful job for both teams playing relatively well, and it looks like Dabbing Doomfist will take the edge over them. I keep thinking that whenever you get tagged in the Discord, it looks like somebody's laughing and then putting their comment in there. I'm not realizing that. Although it is pretty funny to look at, though. And SC, I hope you'll take the reins for a moment. I'm going to go use the restroom, so I will be right back.
Okay, we're about to start map 2 in Blizzard World. Davin has the lead, 1-0.
Welcome to Blizzard World. Initiating match.
Sorry about the sound at the background, it's really annoying. This is a very beautiful map. Really big too.
Ready for battle.
Alright, looks like we're gonna see a bunker comp on the side of Dabbing with Orisa, Hog, Tribune, Tracer, Anna, and Zenyatta. And for Ascendance, we're gonna see Reinhardt, Zarya combo again with Blueberry as on Roadhog, so triple tank. Double main heals with Anna and Moira. Waiting to see what Simba's gonna pick. They might. Oh, they're going Reaper, okay. Oh, Blueberry changes to Reaper. Alright, so standard team count from Ascendance.
And I'm back. My apologies. Alrighty. Looks like it is gonna be Alt Hog combo along with the Torbjorn on defense.
That's an early pick by Zach on Foxy. My Hog does fall down to that turret. And that's pick by Blueberry on Bishu. Here comes Deadeye.
And Hainu's gonna come out good zoning though.
Oh,
what a
nice
max
hook.
range hook by
Nice
Zach.
hook by Zach.
Takes down
Two shutdowns with Deadeye.
And Nano's gonna come out. And
Multiple ults went out from both sides.
Zach is just gonna go ahead and keep Foxy Grandpa off of that point there.
Also, that will be a reset for Ascendance.
Looks like we'll go ahead and drop the tree for the pharmacy. Good res by Annihilator. It was kind of an awkward res to make. Hopefully there was going to be some follow-up. Unfortunately, the follow-up was made. Talib will take down Sin and Base will take down Foxy. And I do like where that turret is positioned, and I do also like where Blue Boy is positioned as well. Wolfstorm comes out, unfortunately grabbing nothing though. Does disrupt the back line though a little bit. I like the halt there to kind of stop. Ooh, and Blueberry with a good 2K along with Fox assist. And Transcendence does get forced though, unfortunately not being able to help, and Foxy will have his shadow removed. Give Howlet. Will be a solid capture by Ascendance with just under 1 minute remaining.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Rishu's gonna go ahead and drop the Tracer to go. Ash and Johnny will go ahead and use the McCree for the double hit scan counter. And I do respect that kind of thing that comes out of certain players. If they realize they're going to be outmatched on the ground, they go ahead and make their switches when needed. Good job by Blueberry. I do like where Sin is positioned though, but unfortunately Blue Boy will get the res, or Blue Boy will sleep Sin by. Ooh, and Blueberry's going to take that shoot. Graviton comes out, grabs him too though. I like where Powlett was positioned to try to prevent himself from being able to grab, but Nighthawk will take Zach Leader with Powlett. New Reds will come out from Annihilator. Bringing Foxy back into the fight here. Valkyrie was just used, only two ultimates used during this engagement. Ooh, and Zach taking down Senpai though. Zach, more or less. Ooh, and the Shatter getting nothing though. I don't know if it was just an unlucky shatter or he was just kind of a throwaway ult. Blueberry will make this switch from fast to Widowmaker. Ooh, and Blueberry's gonna take down Power early.
Ready for battle.
Then Pie's gonna go ahead and try to play up in the back line. Sin will take down Johnny, and Blueberry's gonna take down the issue. Shatter's gonna come out, but grabbing nothing as just another face will pin Fox. Again, denying his Shatter again for the second time this game. Just another face trying to escape the imminent death of that laser pointer. Blueberry taking down 2 though, primary and a DPS as well. Nighthawk taking down face. Johnny taking down Blueberry and Zach taking down Nighthawk for another good defense. Just slightly above 30 seconds left for this defense on dabbing. Ascendance is gonna have to make something happen. Senpai still has that Death Blossom. They're hoping to make something work out now that Blueberry has walls. Senpai has all the information she needs to make something happen. And they have... Ooh, and the Shatter does grab 3 though. No follow-up though. Ooh, and a good boot. Good boot by Paladin. A good shutdown by Bishu there towards the end of the ult. Graviton comes out, grabs 3 though. Shatter comes out, grabbing 2, no follow-up though. Walton takes down Bishu, but Bishu just more or less takes down Nighthawk. Bob takes down Walton with a very good defense by dabbing.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Initiating match. Ready for battle. Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Excuse me. It looks like dabbing Doomfist will be going to dive composition with Ana instead of the Moira Armors and keeping Lucio. As for Ascendance, they will be running kind of more of a defensive kind of composition with Nighthawk playing Diva and Blueberry on Ash, Annihilator on Junkrat. We're going to keep Senpai and Walton on Ana and Rakita respectively. Jishu was just doing tracer things, trying to keep the backline disrupted. You know, more or less making people reposition on him. Blueberry's gonna take down face though. It's kind of the one thing about Winston that's more or less very difficult for him to be played at this kind of competitive level, is that with Winston, you more or less have to have an entry plan and an escape plan. And if you have no if you have an entry plan but no escape plan, there's no point trying to jump into a fight like that. Remake Diva tried to hop in, but Fox just took that Zack. But as I was saying, playing Winston at this kind of competitive level is not necessarily a good idea if you don't have the entry and exit plan down. So, I do like the way they're all positioned. They're relatively grouped up. More or less trying to keep each other in check as they do initiate the dive, though. Blueberry's going to take down Bishu early. Johnny's just going to go ahead and just let him. Base takes on Sin. Foxy does get the D-Mac. Blueberry does take Bob out, though. Tire does grab nothing, though, with the sound barrier. Oh, saving them. Diva Bomb comes out. Nighthawk getting taken down by the Diva Bomb, though. Johnny takes on Nighthawk and Foxy. Johnny takes on Annihilator. I'm thinking due to this update, there's going to be a lot more Reaper play.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Definitely look out for that in the upcoming weeks. And I do like the way Face did escape with very minimal health. Good job by him. So, like I said, if you have that entry and exit plan, you're pretty much a good to go Winston. So, Foxy does get slept though. Foxy's taking a nice nap. So, I don't see Zach in this back line though. When Zach is very much not in a good spot right now, but he does manage to escape though. When the hack does come out on a Bishu, and Blueberry will take down Bishu. They did make the switch though from Ash to Reaper for this dive as competition. Doing a good sleep by Sunfire. And Johnny's gonna take down Blueberry. Annihilation take down Alice. More or less just an easy cleanup for Ascendance here. They do have the rally. And I heard that rally got nerfed or buffed or whatnot. I don't quite understand it. I think I just didn't read it right, but I'll definitely have to read it a little more often. Or a little more. Blue Boy almost having the armor. Yeah.
Which is so nerf for basically all tanks.
Okay.
It's like minus damage to like -3.
Yeah, because Brigida also got a ooh, but Nighthawk. Wow, speaking of interrupting the conversation. Nighthawk getting one onto Face and then the double kill with the Diva Bomb. Good, another stalwart defense by Ascendance. But yeah, I heard that the armor, I know that the armor was changed because of the goats kind of composite goats comp that everybody seems to hate.
Yeah. It's to weaken goats.
But I heard that. Yeah, I heard that Brigida got a. I don't quite know if it's a nerf or a buff, but it says like her maximum rally time is 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It didn't quite make sense to me.
That
is it like how long the armor stays up after rally, or?
I believe. Yeah, I believe that.
Okay. Bishu does get a pick on the Senpai though with that pulse bomb. Ooh, and Face taking damage and well as dishing it out as well. Takes down Foxy. Zach's gonna also take down Wall, and Zach is just gonna eat all that damage that Nighthawk was trying to push into with the self-barrier. And Blueberry takes on Johnny in a 1v1 far-out fight. Beautiful job. Senpai does take down
nice sleep there.
Nighthawk does. Ooh, and a good EMP. Getting about 4 with the Nano coming on to Foxy Grandpa, and Annihilator will take down Face, and Blueberry will take down Blueberry. And right now, that was what I was gonna say next. They need to have a hit scan to try to take care of Farah in the air. Farah right now has barrage, but something to be careful about. Bishu and Johnny will make their respective switches.
60 seconds remaining.
Blueberry getting all sneaky deaky like, waiting for that barrage kill to stagger everybody.
They're going double hit scan for this Farah.
Agreed. Right now, it's generally a good idea since I think they have enough information to assume that he does have rally or he does have barrage. Barrage does come out, unfortunately getting nothing but dealing a lot of damage towards his tanks. Blue Boy getting 2 though. With that rally not being able to give the heals, but still giving the armor. Definitely a good idea. Diva Bomb's gonna come out. Is just gonna sit there and delay time in the back. Does get nothing though. Zach will take down low. Nighthawk just laying in some aggressive fire from the top. Throwing in a little bit of pepper spray here. And that face does get and then High Noon comes out. Nighthawk, good shutdown by Nighthawk though. And maybe even to move. 3 in the grab here. Does get a lot of follow-up kills. 3 gets taken down in the grab. Sin and Foxy trying to contest as much as they can.
He does get the 90% off though on the Winston.
And right now he realizes he's not in a good position because he does not have a primal. So right now they're going to try to contest as long as they can. Oh, and a good recontest by Nighthawk though. That's going to get at least 3 on the point here. With an additional 4th. Johnny taking 2 down. Johnny taking 3 down. Zach with the DMAC and Zach onto Nighthawk. Does grab the second map for dabbing Doomfist 2-0. I also hadn't even realized that Reinhardt got a skin.
Yep, there is a new skin.
A very good looking skin at that as well. Talk about the aesthetics. Right there, beautiful shutdown, getting the pin off. That happens to me a lot more often than I want to be ashamed of saying. The triple throw though.
Right on.
Alright, so right now dabbing Doomfist is 2-0 in the series. SC, what do you think that they'll need to do? What do you think Ascendance needs to do to try to bring this back? Your honest opinion. From what you've noticed from these past 2 games, what do you think they need to do?
I think they're gonna need to shake something up.
Okay. Would you have any suggestions for that switch up or change up?
Probably bring in Mega Man. He's
Mm-hmm.
is a Masters DPS player, I believe.
Okay.
Change it up the DPS play a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
To contest Zach and Johnny.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because right now, from what I'm looking at, Johnny is... If it's not Johnny, it's
And
Zach,
yeah,
and if it's not Zach, it's
looks
B-Shit.
like they are gonna bring in Mega Man for Nighthawk. Interesting. I want to check something. Is this Abud Z11K? I believe he is in dabbing. Yep, he is. He got traded to them recently. Not entirely sure if he's gonna be playing though. Gotta ask Pilot to check if he will or not. Because that does mean they now have a sub available for them.
No, Hero said he's actually on...
Not Hero. He's in 7 Watch. I'm talking about
Okay.
Abud's Z11K.
Oh, Abud's...
Yeah,
Abud's kid.
he was recently traded to dabbing.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
Actually, before asking, I should check to see if he's on their roster or not. On the...
I don't even think they posted their roster, to be quite honest.
Yeah, some...
Then again, I might not be fully aware of it. So...
We're just gonna go and start this. I believe they're both ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did not post their roster.
Yeah, so he can't play
The
that.
last time they... Yeah, the last time they posted their roster, it was on the 14th of December.
Oh, that's been a while.
Alright, map 3, right now, dabbing Doomfist is up 2-0 in this series. I will say that Ascendance is going to have to switch the DPS up a little bit, or either try to do a little more contesting onto Johnny or Zach because of how much damage
Or
they're
Bishop,
dealing
because
along
Bishop's
with
been playing
Bishop's.
DPS too.
And change the DPS as well, you're absolutely correct. I do respect the switches being made when they are needing to be made. So that isn't really an issue. It's just the recontesting of certain players as well as just the DPS change up in general.
Looks like we are going to see Mega Man on DPS. On his signature hero, Hanzo.
They'll go ahead and run Blueberry on the pharmacy as well.
This is a good battle map.
Especially this instance of Oasis. Very good.
Yep.
The angles when you try to record on this map are very awkward to look at. Like awkward. It's so confined.
Looks like Johnny's gonna stick with the Torbjorn for this. That's interesting.
The Torbjorn actually is a kind of a sleeper pick on Oasis in general, just because of the variations in high ground and such. Good job. Ooh, Face diving a little too deep to the back line. Almost gets punished accordingly, but Foxy will take down Face. Later does get the takedown.
Johnny does take down Foxy.
Take down Foxy.
And Blue Boy takes down
takes
Blueberry.
Blueberry though. He's gonna res Foxy. Mega Man's gonna take Johnny out of the fight. Right now, Pallet is in the back line, trying to more or less disrupt Mega Man and his little momentum swing that he's got going. Already almost to Dragons though.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, and Face. Good charge as well. Ooh, and Bishu's gonna take down Walton with a stick on the pulse bomb here, and Face is gonna take down Sin. This might be in favor of dabbing.
Yep. They are gonna cap this, I believe.
And Johnny, wow. Very good momentum swing. It was looking in the favor of Ascendance early on, but does eventually come out to the favor of dabbing. So, Blue Boy already
nice
almost
shot by
having
Mega Man.
Nano and Mega Man. Beautiful pick on the Mishu. The Dragons are going to come out to more or less push them
He
away.
does get power with the
More or
Dragon.
less divided. Beautiful flashbang, trying to more or less prevent the charge from happening. Ooh, and the hammer is going to come out from Foxy Grandpa, but it does get killed before the hammer can go down. Unfortunately, relinquishing said ultimate.
Ascendance will
We'll
take
quickly take a
point now.
recapture. They've got 3 ults for dabbing right now, and they've almost 4 ultimates for dabbing.
That's for Ascendance, they only have Storm Barrier for this upcoming fight.
They would have had the slam if he did not try to slam at very low health. It's kind of just an unfortunate thing to happen. Graviton comes out, grabs 1. Good
Graviton
follow-up
and-
though. I like the Torbjorn Molten Core right in the center of the grab. Uncontested damages. Johnny takes down Sin with the Molten Core. Johnny will take 2 down, 1 with the turret as well. Bishu's gonna take
Dabbing
down
will flip the
Walton.
table once again. Nice
Again,
back and
another
forth
very
action
quick
for both
recapture.
teams.
Very quick recapture by dabbing. Right now, from what I'm noticing, this team is looking very, very strong. Very strong. From what we've seen in the past and from what they're doing now, they're looking very, very strong.
I'm seeing Orisa on the side of Ascendance now.
Ooh, and the Shatter coming out, grabbing 2 though. Bishu grabbing 1, but Mega Man grabbing Face. The Rez is going to come out from Blue Boy, grabbing Face back into the engagement. Zach's going to take down Mega Man though. And the High Noon's going to come out from Blueberry.
not
Not getting anything though.
And he will go down.
Yikes. This team, Ascendance has to do something about this team right now. Switches can be made, definitely. I feel like they're gonna have to drop the McCree to go Reaper, honestly. And if not, they can also drop the Hanzo more or less after this ult is used. Run the Junkrat. Even run the Junkrat, because they've got a lot of barrier and got a lot of health for this team.
It's not like the
Junkrat
combo
is very
with for
good
the
to kind of
Hanzo's
spam
Dragon
these
Strike
shields.
right now.
Yep, and they're going to throw the Dragons right in to keep them disrupted. Graviton comes out, grabbing 1 though.
Mega Man does
Pulse
get 2
Bomb,
picks.
unfortunately grabbing nothing though.
Looks like
Foxy grabbing 2 with Annihilator with the takedown of the current Mega Man grabbing the issue. Johnny taking down
Ascendance
Blueberry,
will
Morton taking
capture
down
the
Johnny. Ooh, Mega Man, good shot on a Blue Boy.
good play by Mega.
Like I said before, what they need to do from what I'm seeing, if they're gonna keep this momentum as they are now, I would definitely recommend the switch from McCree to Reaper or Junkrat, and Mega Man sitting on the Junkrat or McCree.
Yeah, they need more of some burst damage.
Definitely burst damage. Hanzo can do it if his shots are placed correctly, so can Blueberry if he just fans the hammer. But not a lot of people are fan the hammer. So. Ooh, and a good pin onto Senpai, taking down the primary healer they need right now. High Noon's gonna come out, grabbing nothing, but gonna put a lot of damage in there. Res is gonna come out from Blue Boy, Diva Bomb coming out, grabbing just Blue Boy though. Good Res though. Face getting Mega Man, Johnny taking Annihilator, and the another very quick recapture by dabbing, and it will be map section 1 of Oasis. Goes to dabbing.
Score 1-0.
Yeah, Ascendance definitely needs to switch up their DPS for this round.
They need a lot more burst damage instead of consistent
They have
damage.
dive
They're gonna go ahead
tanks.
and probably lose it.
Looks like they're gonna get
Dive
Soldier.
tanks. Interesting. I'm thinking they're expecting the Pharah right now from what Blueberry's from what he's thinking. Thinking they're expecting the Pharah. This is again another very good instance.
Yep,
of a
and there is
Pharah map.
Fair coming
Yep.
from
Here's
Johnny.
a pharmacy. Good read by him. I will say though, if they are going to have if they're going to have the soldier to try to counter Pharah, they're going to have Mega Man swap to a Junkrat or anything.
Yeah, I
with
still
high
think
burst.
he should switch up that Hanzo.
But he is a very good Hanzo, so I will not deny the credibility of this. Ooh,
And
Mega
there
Man,
it is.
good pick on a
He
Bishu
switched
though.
right there with that pick
Like-
from Trooper.
Like we were just talking about. Exactly. Kind of just the high skill he has on that hero, and Mega Man does take down Pal though. Blueberry taking down Face. Good dive by Foxy, but Zach is actually able to reposition and get away from the dive.
Zach in trouble right now. Yep. Able to get picked
It's
up.
gonna be an Ascendance capture. Good job by them. As I say that, Mega Man decides to prove my point wrong. Well done to you, sir.
Pilot just switches in, and Johnny will go to McCree. And Blue will switch to the Moira. We're seeing changes from Damming now.
I do like to switch onto Zenyatta, but Pallet is going to have to be careful of the dive tanks that they have currently. So, they're going to have to more or less make him a VIP target for him to work with. Matter of fact, I don't even know. Oh, Mega Man, good shot on the Blue
Solid
Boy.
take by Mega Man. Oh, like a shot.
Blueberry. Oh, does
That's not a
reposition,
phase
not
in trouble.
knowing the information he has. Johnny will take down Blueberry though. Walden's gonna take down Johnny though with the whip slash.
Defense matrix activated. Get through this.
And I like what Ascendance is doing. They're keeping their DPS on the high ground so that way they more or less can't recontest. If they're gonna have to play that card, oh, actually they went ahead and went to goats. Unfortunate. I was hoping to not see goats. But alright, rally does come out.
Yep, we're seeing those on the side of Dapping now. They go tag by
Well, in the uncontested damage though, Shatter comes out, does grab one, no follow up goes. Blueberry grabs two. Mega Man with another. E-Mech onto Diva with the Helix, and Senpai will grab Bishu. I think maybe that was the change if they needed. They might have needed this momentum swing for Ascendance to be in their favor right now. They recontest from Johnny on the Lucio here, with Bishu and Face also jumping onto point. They don't really have any support ults for Davik. I will say though, these switches on the side of Davik were a little too much.
Nerf this.
I definitely would have made minor switches nothing too extravagant. So,
Yeah, those changes costing the ult economy.
ult economy, there wasn't really much ultimate gaining out of that side as well. I think maybe 1 or 2 ultimates came out from dabbing in total from that entire instance of map. I know that Ascendance had a very strong kind of setting for that instance of the map. There's one third instance of Oasis. Will it be 3-0 dabbing, or will it be 2-1 Ascendance?
We're seeing Blueberry on May now, and just another face on Lucio. And Pallet now
I think
on the
that's what
Winston. They're going to dive with Reaper and Ana.
I actually see Reaper as kind of a good dive target, but I will say that you don't use his Wraith Form as a dive mechanism, you do use it as an escape measure. So, you more or less have to play, if you're playing Reaper like dive, you have to play him like an assassin. You can't play him trying to
Mega Man with 2 more picks.
Mega Man 2 shots, both
He's putting in the work
DPSs
on
now.
that Hanzo.
And I think why Blueberry switched to May was because of the previous instance that they had. Base does take up Blueberry though. Blueberry made the switch onto May because he had assumed that there was going to be a ghost composition happen again. Johnny just harassing Foxy, but doesn't take him down with Johnny, or just another face will. Annihilator does get 2 though. The Primal Winston does try to contest point. Not the greatest idea, considering the fact that Primal Winston right now is a very easy kind of ult farm for this team here. Mega Man, beautiful shot with the assist of the Brigitte. Shield bash onto Bishu. Gonna have to reinitiate a team reset as Blueberry takes out
Big by
Blue
Blueberry on
Dragons are gonna come out.
Blue Boy.
Zach is trying to peel for the tank. Not much happening though. Ooh, Johnny, good pick on the Walton though. Mega Man does take Zach right before he remixed. Ooh, and a good save by Blue Boy onto Johnny. Death Blossom comes out, definitely can confirm 1 kill, and Bishu does disconnect, making it a 5v6 for the side of Dabbing Doomfists.
He does come back
Bishu
now.
will reconnect though. Ooh, and Foxy does grab 2, 1 with the Shatter and 1 confirmed kill. Diva Bomb will come out. Unfortunately, no damage will allow to. Ooh, a good, kind of a odd placement of that Diva mech, but it does more or less help.
I believe the mech was booped by
I believe so as well. Yeah. It is a weird place to put it, but I feel like it would actually work in certain situations. Mega Man takes down Johnny. Kind of just an unfortunate disconnect on the side of Dabbing, though, will allow Ascendance to gain 1 map from this series. It will be 2-1 Ascendance.
Play of the game.
Mega Man really stepped it up on this map for Ascendance. "36 eliminations, 60% kill participation."
Good shots overall.
You honor me.
Next map is Rialto.
And let's just say they did more or less change up their DPS compositions, and they did make a little bit more of a prioritization to targets, which allowed Ascendance to seal the victory for this map. I will say though, this map for Ascendance will decide whether they will be going to a map 5 or whether Dabbing Doomfist will take the series win over Ascendance 3-1. I have a lot of hope for Ascendance. I will say this out front.
So they're gonna stick with the same lineup for this map.
From what it's looking like. They felt like they had what they
Good
needed
idea,
to win that
actually.
map.
Keep the
They're gonna
momentum
keep the
going.
switches. Yep. Like I said, I do have high hopes for Ascendance to be able to pull out kind of a Cinderella story. Cinderella story play here. Then again, if they don't do the same thing they did on Oasis for Rialto, Dabbing Doomfist will take the 3-1 win over Ascendance. And Ascendance has been a favorite in a lot of games over these past couple of weeks. I would consider it an upset, in my honest opinion. I don't know, SC, if you would consider it as an upset, but...
Well, that
we'll
Ascendance is top of the standings right now. But so is
So
Dabbing.
Ascendance is number 1.
Dabbing, I
Are they
believe, is top 3.
Top 3?
Yep.
So
Both
it
is the
definitely
top
will
3.
be an upset, though. Okay. Definitely will be an upset, then. Like I said, though, if Ascendance does not do the same thing that they did for Oasis on Rialto, they will be only getting one map off of them. But like I said, I have high hopes for both teams trying to be able to make something happen. I know I was on Dabbing Doomfist, and I know their team is good. They are very strong right now coming into this season. And not only that, Ascendance is also a very strong team as well. One of the strongest teams in the league, just by chemistry alone. Their skill sets of each individual players are beautiful to watch in motion. So, excuse me. The defense for Dabbing Doofus will be the Halt Hog composition with Ashe and Genji and Lucio and Mercy. For the attack on Ascendance, they will be running the staple Rhine Zarya with the Grab Dragon combo with Ashe, as well as the Ana and Lucio. So.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Here it comes. Stop the pain.
Ooh, and Walton trying to get sneaky on the little wall ride, but Johnny takes him down early. Kind of actually almost a mirror comp, with the exception of the tanks.
Blue boy looks for the boop. No.
Almost had the boop though. Good dynamite though. Ooh, and Johnny with a good boop on
Johnny
the
gets
Annihilator.
boop, though.
Gets a lot of ult charge off that though. 65% already for Johnny. Now I do like his position. He's getting a little more aggro than he needs to be though, and Blueberry's gonna punish
76% already.
Already, and it's not even 1 minute into the match. Zach will take down Foxy, Blueberry will take down Pow. Right now, Face, what he needs to do is back his team up a little bit, but he does go down to Walton. I will say on Rialto, for any team who is currently watching, if you know for a fact they're taking the corner really aggressively, you guys need to start rotating back towards the second corner here, just to kind of prevent a little bit more oncoming damage, especially if you're running the Orisa with a disposable shield. So something to consider into the week here, or into the next couple of days, as we do have this 5 game coming up. I do like the pull. It's a little bit of a stall mechanism, but Face is going to have to be careful. Ooh, good boop, though. Beautiful boop.
Denied the shatter.
By
Very good
boy to deny the shatter, though. Good beat drop as well by Walton, denying a lot of damage coming from the blade.
Beat drop comes from Blue Boy as
The
well.
Nano comes out on the side of Senpai for Foxy. He's going to be able to get a lot of ult charge here. Foxy just using it, though, in the previous instance, does already have 2/3 of his ult. 75, 84, 85. Ooh, and Bob is gonna come out a little bit. Ooh, and I like the positioning of that Bob though. It was an unintentional positioning of Bob, but it was sitting on the corner with just enough contest. And Blueberry takes a 3k, 1 with Bob and 2 solo.
Paul
Foxy
will now
already
switch
having the and Blueberry already almost a third of the way to the ult. Foxy already having his shatter yet again. And Face will drop the Orisa to go. Reinhardt and Blue Boy will drop the Mercy to go Lucio. they're playing right now. They're playing very defensively, knowing they don't have their healers up on the board just yet. Bishu kind of just tickling in a little bit of damage here. Shatter coming out, grabbing 3. Beautiful Shatter. And Bob is just going to go in and try to just more or less take damage for him. Blueberry taking down Bob. Blueberry taking 2 with Bob, Johnny, and Blue Boy. And Blueberry already a third of his way to the ultimate of Bob again. Johnny already getting high noon off the previous switch to the and Zach having whole hog. Does take down Annihilator, but Blueberry will take down Johnny. Zach is just enjoying his time, whole hogging his way to victory, but Mega Man will get the reflex. Help out Foxy just a tad bit as the blade comes out from Mega Man. Senpai does take down Pow though with the Bio Nade. Wall takes down Blue Boy. No healers on board for dabbing, but Johnny will shut down Mega Man in the blade. But they will get the capture of second point. Walton having the sound barrier for Ascendance, whereas Johnny does only have the high noon. Howlett getting relatively close to Nano though, as well as Blue Boy and Blue Boy, just another phase in Bishu well on the way to it as well. Blueberry already almost having Bob again after using it previously. Shatter coming out, grabbing only. Yeah, both Shatters coming out. One only grabbing 1 versus the other grabbing none. Face, I love the way Senpai just bionated the Reinhardt to prevent them from any kind of what's it called? To prevent the Nano from healing. And Blueberry will throw the Bob out for kind of just a secondary measure. Blueberry will take down Bishu though. Johnny holding on to the high noon. The high noon's gonna go ahead and come out. Waiting 6 seconds to zone off of the payload here. Johnny getting nothing but more or less zoning everybody off of the payload to try to give them a little more time to contest. And the B drop coming out from dabbing Doomfist does save phase. And Johnny taking down Senpai. Excuse me, and will allow Ascendance to have a full team reset. Good sleep guard by Pallet on Blueberry. Ooh, and a good pulse bomb combo, grabbing 2 with the Shatter as well. 4 on the follow-up here, grabbing 3 though. Mega Man grabbing 2, slowly returning it to the favor with the blade coming out. Mega Man grabbing 2 in the blade with an additional. Blue Boy high on the area right now. Just allowing a little more recontest time with a 2-minute warning. Good dynamite right there. Bob's gonna come out and load a recontest. Ooh, and the shutdown onto Foxy with the Reinhardt ult yet again. Kind of just an unfortunate usage of that ultimate though. Not much he can really do about that. A minute and a half remaining for Ascendance to push us to a 3rd point here. Powlett, good kill onto Sin. Or Powlett, yep, good. Gosh, my brain is fried. Oh my word. Blue Boy coming up relatively close to his ult, whereas the rest of his team will have 4 ults online for dabbing. And whereas Walton will make the switch off of Gogeta to go Moira for more impactful healing here. Powlett actually being able to get out scot-free with the Shatter grabbing 2, but no follow-up with the Dragons coming out to disperse the team here. Well, Blueberry does shut down Johnny though. Ooh, and Zach takes down Blueberry though. Bishu in the back line just harassing everybody. Bishu taking out Annihilator. Face hitting Walton. And Blue Boy with the boostio. Bishu grabbing
Because
one
why
in the
not?
back line. Because why not? Amen to that. 30 seconds on the clock remaining here for Ascendance to be taking this to the third point. They've got 1 or 2 ults online. Blueberry's coming up relatively close to his, and with how he's playing right now, he's bound to get it within 1 team fight. So Walton as well coming up on his ultimate as well as Sinpai. Good sleep. 5 pallet. Yeah, Blueberry, like I said, already having his ultimate pretty much. They're gonna have Genji contest this point with Annihilator more is coming in as well. And Foxy does get the shatter onto pallet. They're gonna have Bishu. Bishu just sit in the back a little bit, waiting for a point in time where they can recontest effectively. I do like that though. He puts a lot of damage onto that mech though and allows Zac to be able to follow it up. And Blueberry, I don't know where Blueberry is. I think he's waiting for the shatter. Ooh, good shatter though. Does grab 2. A lot of follow-up. Boy takes down Fox. Ooh, good. Very good. Grabs 1. Face does take down Blueberry though.
Megwine does C9.
But it does allow Dabbing to have a very good defense. They held that for almost 3 minutes. I think for over 3 minutes.
Now, that was a good hold by Dabbing. The third point.
Indeed. I will say though, right in between the middle of the second point being captured, Ascendance was making picks, but they were not aggroing because of the if I can stop stuttering, that would be great. Because of the disruption in the backline by Dabbing. When you have opportunities like that, when you make picks, you more or less want to aggro despite the backline disruption. If your healers are being targeted, however, I will make a case for that. So, because I understand how it feels to be harassed. Dabbing on the offensive side will be running the PTP, Protect the President package. They will be running the double barrier shield with Bishu kind of just as the flanker, with Johnny as the main source of DPS, Powlet and Blue Boy on Ana and Lucio respectively, with defense Ascendance running the Halt Hog combo with Mega Man on the Hanzo again, and Blueberry on the Ash again with Walton and Sin on Lucio and Moira respectively. What do you think Ascendance has to do here to hold?
Have a better defense than Dabbing. Let's go.
That's a very good answer. Love the answer.
So they are going. Dabbing's going double shield with Bastion.
Mega Man, good pick on a Bishu though. He's always managing to land his shots on Bishu. Good job by him. Blue Boy does get the pick on a Walton. Johnny already set up. And they're taking these Protect the President package very seriously right now. They're wanting to take a win. They're wanting to take this upset win, and frankly, I don't blame them.
They're in the Junker
I will say
strat on Rialto.
But I will say I do want kind of a Cinderella story to come out again, because we've had a lot of Cinderella stories come out this season. I want to be able to make it a couple more before.
We've had several Game 5.
Ooh, and the dragons coming out. Ooh, the dragons were placed incorrectly. A little too close. Does not allow Johnny to take damage from the dragons. I do like the positioning though, as Zac does get 2 with Annihilator taking down Johnny and Blueberry taking down Pow. Annihilator also takes down Zac.
But Ascendance has star numbers here. No, it's an even fight. Here comes Bob now.
And the Bob is going to come out.
He's going to go all
again. Ooh.
Oh, that's a little too far.
It is good positioning though. He did not. It was the same positioning it was last time when they were on the attack.
Yeah, that's good position actually.
But I will say also it is an unfortunate usage of the ultimate there.
Yeah.
So, I just would like to consider that if Bob hits any sort of hard surface, he stops instead of sliding. Because both times when Blueberry has used the ultimate, it has slid across that little kind of glass railing. So Blueberry will pick off Bishu with the dynamite.
Cease your resistance.
Johnny will take down Mega Man. Good, Shatter. Grabs 2. Not really much follow-up, though. Johnny will take down Foxy, though. And finally with the recover in the Wraith form, and Walton more or less doing the best
Back
he can
already
to recontest
45%
that.
after using that Shatter.
And that was not even 15 seconds ago. Beautiful. Over a minute and a half remaining for Dabbing to capture this point. It will be 4 minutes to capture the second point here. Johnny taking down Foxy. Foxy taking down B-Shoot. Zach takes down Blueberry. Johnny does get picked by Sin, though. Sin a little bit too deep in the back line. Hopefully waiting for some assistance, but unfortunately got none in the end.
Full DPS also are available for Dabbing. They also they have Shadow now.
Blueberry having Bob.
Shadow blade combo,
Good recontest.
possibly.
Dragons coming out on the side of Johnny. Kind of disperses the defense, although nobody was really adversely affected by that. Johnny taking out Foxy. Good Shatter, though. Grabs 3. Johnny with 2K follow-up. Diva with the D-Mac.
Diva with that blade.
And Johnny taking out Blueberry, though.
Dabbing has both support ults.
Yeah, 4 ultimates weren't... I don't think 4 ultimates were used. It was, what, Dragons, Blade, and Shatter, correct? They didn't use... No,
Yep.
They didn't use Supercharger. He didn't have it yet. He didn't have it yet. Okay. Johnny already having another set of Dragons, though, just using it from the previous fight. Diva Bomb comes out, grabs 1. Mega Man does take down Johnny on the stairwell. Walton does take down Zach. Looking like a good defense right now. Kind of a desperate survival instinctive defense, but a defense nonetheless that's working.
They were very close to cap this, but not
Very close indeed. Just under 2.5 minutes remaining here. They have 4 ults online for Dabbing. We will have the Dragon Supercharger as well as both support ults, with Zach coming relatively close to the Shatter. And Ascendance having 2, almost 3, as Johnny does pick off Blueberry, though.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Johnny just getting a little bit of information on where they are located on the point. As soon as he figures out when this team's going to initiate, he's going to throw his ult right down the middle of the payload, try to prevent anybody from contesting it. Doesn't affect anybody, though. The blade comes out. Beat drop comes out, though. Kind of denying the upfront damage that Mega Man is trying to produce. Shatter comes out, grabs a confirmed kill. 1. Blueberry grabs 2. B-Shoot takes down Blueberry, though. Right now, Annihilator, it's all by her lonesome. Not really much to do. Good recontest, though, but Blue Boy will take down Foxy. Senpai on the Wraith to contest this point again, trying to delay as much time as she can to make something happen out of this. Oh, and just a perfect amount of time needed as Annihilator will recontest with Walton sitting in the back line.
Nice contested by Ascendance right now.
And Johnny will take down Bolt now. Johnny takes 2. Diva Bomb comes out. Doesn't really get any forward momentum. Doesn't really make anything happen. Looks like just a usage of an ultimate that really got nothing to gain. Walton will have Transcendence, though. Diva will get remeked. And Zach still has his Shatter with both supports on the side of Dabbing, also having theirs. Foxy getting close to his primal rage. B-Shoot does take down Mega Man, though. Shatter coming out, grabbing 2, grabbing 3 actually, as a matter of fact. B-Shoot grabbing 1 with Walton. I will say, though, having a Winston on defense, not the smartest idea, considering the fact you need to be more mobile, and it will be a easy 3-1 capture for Dabbing Doomfists, as they will take the series 3-1. Both teams played spectacularly, but it looks like it will be an upset by Dabbing. Beautiful job, though.
That's that.
You get to watch Blue Boy save everybody. Beautiful job by you, sir.
I tried that on Dragon Blade. Nice.
Oh, it was! Oh, actually, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Alright, SC, what do you have for MVP? Who do you have,
For
Brandon?
MVP, I'm gonna have to say Johnny for dabbing.
Okay. Alrighty.
He put in
And
a
how
lot
about
of
for
work
Ascendance?
flexing into those multiple DPS.
Okay. I did like the switch
Was
on
very
Torbjorn though
consistent
on
throughout the
Oasis,
game.
though. Mm-hmm.
And for
The switch on
Ascendance,
Torbjorn was very surprising though, so I did like that a lot. Alright, and how about Ascendance for you?
either Blueberry or Mega Man.
Blueberry or Mega Man? Okay.
Both are pretty
I
consistent
did like
in
Blueberry's
DPS.
capability of flexing though. I did like the flex, but in the end consistently played the Ash and was able to deliver some very promising plays. Just try to be able to keep them alive as long as they could.
Yeah, his DPS
Mega
was very
Man,
consistent throughout the game.
Mm-hmm. And let's not forget, though, that Mega Man constantly being able to contest certain heroes that are relatively indirect counters to him with deadly efficiency, and also being able to consistently play the DPS he's playing. So well done. As we said, your MVPs for today's game will be Johnny the Man on the side of dabbing, and it will be. I'm gonna have to give it to Blueberry. I will give it to
Blueberry.
Blueberry for Ascendance. Like you said, the consistency of the DPS that he or she was able to play, along with the capability to flex two different heroes to make something happen for his or her team. So, beautiful job by them. I don't know if we have any games coming up pretty soon, but just go ahead and make sure that if you're watching from the Discord, check self-promotion or scrim and match chat, and we will talk to you guys later.